Today, I'm going to be replacing this old globe valve that doesn't quite shut the water off all the way to my home. This is going to be the main shutoff for the potable water to my house, and I'll be replacing it with this lead-free ball valve. Here's a look at all the parts and tools I'll be using to make this plumbing repair. I'll also put this in the description of the video. First thing I need to do is go out to the street and shut the water down to the home. I've got a water key. This is to shut off the main water to the home. Now, I am a homeowner. I am not a plumber. Your city may not allow you to do this. You want to check with them before turning off the main water to your home. I've already got the bolt loose. And there's the meter itself. And if you want to look down here, or the shutoff, and you just put your tool on it and turn it all the way. Water shut down at the street, all the faucets are open. So this one actually has a drain valve, which is nice, or a drain port. So I'm just going to slowly open this, and we should get a couple gallons of water out of here. While this is draining, I'm going to start sanding the copper on both sides. Just about all the water is drained out of this pipe. So cutting this with the battery operated tool actually tripped the breaker. So I'm not going to be using this anymore on piping that's grounded. So now I'm going to make this cut with this 3/4 inch manual cutter. All right, here's my new valve. And as you can see, it is way too short. I was expecting this. So I'm going to make another cut up here. And what I've got here is a slip coupling. So this will be able to slide right up here. And that way I've got plenty of room to install my valve. So I'm going to make another cut up here. Always ream and deburr the copper pipe after making a fresh cut. Now I've got to prep my new sweat ball valve, lead-free. I'm going to remove this drain plug as I don't want to overheat the rubber O-ring inside of it. I'm also going to remove this handle as I don't want to burn the handle accidentally when I'm soldering in the new ball valve. And even though it looks clean inside the ball valve, I still want to brush everything inside of there as good as I can with this brush tool. This is the Flux that I'm going to be using. It is meant for potable water, and it's all I have. I think I've read that tinning flux can be good for these lead-free ball valves, but this is what I have, so this is what I'm going to use. And I'm going to generously apply this nice and even. I don't want any chunks anywhere. I just want to make sure that it's evenly spread all around the pipe where I want the solder to be. Also going to apply the flux to the inside of the ball valve, nice and even. I've got my pipe fully inserted into the ball valve, and I've got a little bit of flux, which I use to mark the spot of how deep it goes in. And this is the type of solder I'm going to be using, which is made for potable water systems. Now, since this is a lead-free ball valve, I'm going to heat up the copper pipe first. I need to get that hot so it expands. The lead-free ball valve is actually pretty heavy duty and a little bit harder to heat up. And I've just read that you're supposed to heat up the copper pipe first. And now I'm applying heat to the ball valve itself, keeping the flame in the opposite direction of the middle of the ball valve because there are Teflon seals in there that I don't want to melt. And right here, I'm just checking to see if the pipe's hot enough to suck in the solder. and it was close but not quite there, and this is the point where it gets hot enough to where it sucks it in. Now I'm just going to move the flame around and evenly heat the ball valve itself, and that's what we're looking at. I know I need a little work on my drips when soldering these downhill. That's something I'm trying to practice on getting rid of. And even though I vacuumed as much water out of the pipes as I could, and I tied rags down at the bottom to prevent water from boiling and steam from coming out, it still happened. It just makes it a little bit more harder to solder when you've got steam and water popping inside of the pipe, which was what was happening here. But I still managed to get it done. Here's a close-up picture on how the bottom of the ball valve joint looks. And here's a close-up of the top of the ball valve on how that joint looks. Now I'm just sanding the inside of this slip coupling, reaming and deburring the pipes. And this is copper on copper, so I want to concentrate on heating up the fitting instead of the pipe itself. I'm going to heat up the pipe a little bit, but I want to concentrate on the fitting, and then the solder is going to suck into the fitting once it gets hot enough. Reinstalling this drain plug and also reinstalling the handle. Then I'm going to go back outside and turn on the water at the curb to the house. Water to the house is back on. Air's bled out of the system. I've already shut down on the shutoff to make sure that it does shut the water off all the way. We're good there. Let me know how I did. Plumbing is not my main forte, but I always do try and improve at every skill that I do. So let me know in the comments below on the job you think that I did. Thanks so much for watching. My name's Dave. See you on the next one.